Hey Hotspotters, Rob here. In this Photoshop tutorial, what I want to do is just show you guys how you can sort of manipulate color, but using something that you might not, a tool inside of Photoshop that you might not expect, and that is the Levels tool. Now, the Levels tool, the Levels adjustment, the Levels layer, whatever you want to call it, is a fantastic tool, and it's actually, I know I'm probably going to sound like a bit of a tragic here, but it's actually one of my favorite tools. But it's because it's so versatile. And today I want to show you one of my favorite uses for it, and that is to manipulate color. Now, I'm just working on here a photo that I took down at Nobby's Lighthouse at Newcastle. So that's Nobby's Head there, Nobby's Head Lighthouse in Newcastle. Fantastic location. I'll have a review up on photographyhotspots.com.au, and I'll also put a link down to it below in the notes, obviously once I've sort of processed some of these photos. But again, what I want to do is just show you guys how to do this. I think it's something that you'll definitely be able to apply to your own images, and something that you're going to enjoy. And I'm just seeing I've got a little bit of a dust spot there. I'll have to clean that up. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is obviously we're going to open up Levels. So I'm using Adobe Photoshop CC, but if you've got Elements or any version of Photoshop, you'll have Levels, and they are fantastic. So I'm going to open that up. It's just popped up on another monitor, so I'll bring that across. And here it is here. Now, obviously, if I've just got it on RGB and I start to muck around with it, it's going to darken the image or lighten the image, which is probably one of the main uses for Levels, is to lighten a dark image or darken a lighter image, or one that's underexposed or overexposed. But in this case, what we're going to do here is you can see we've got RGB, we've got these two little arrows, so I can click on that, and I actually have different channels of color that I can play with. So what I do for any image, even though I usually by now have a bit of an inclination of which channel I want to manipulate, I usually just go through each of them anyway. So I go red, I drag it from left to right, okay, and just see what it does. Okay, so basically come through here, and I'm starting to, as I'm doing it, I'm getting a bit of an idea for how I want to use it. And I have already actually just quickly gone and done this, so I have an idea already of how I'm going to use it. And why I thought it would be good to show you guys is I'm going to use it in two different ways. Okay, so I've come here to the blue channel, so I've come down here to the very last one, the blue. Okay, now there's quite a bit of yellow in the image. It had been raining, so the path's nice and wet, which actually, if you're wondering about, oh gee, it looks like it's going to rain, I might not go and take photos, can actually be a great time to take photos. So what I'm actually going to do is, well, what I decided to do was I come over to the blue here, and I'm just going to nudge that over a little bit. So probably to about 245. Okay, so very subtle. What I'm going to do is just turn that on and off. So I'm just sort of removing some of the yellow, but and bringing, sort of just enhancing the blues in the image. And it's doing the whole image. Okay, so just working away there with the blue. So again, on and off. You can see that the path's quite yellow, but with that on, it just loses it somewhat. But it seems to, for me anyway, in my opinion, it sort of reflects the blue in the sky a little bit better. So I actually prefer that. Sometimes this is a HDR image, okay, so sometimes we can get some saturated colors. So now I'm just sort of trying to make it look like sort of what I remember it being, and that's that. So that's one way of using it. Now, one of my favorite ways of using it is to enhance the sky. So this was just after sunrise. The sun was just coming up, or had just come up. And it's sort of out the back here. Didn't really get through the clouds, but there was a bit of an opening, and it did start to colour the sky red. Now I know there's a little bit more red that I can bring out up here, and this is how I can do it. So what I'm going to do is make sure I have my quick selection tool selected, and then I'm going to basically click, hold, and sort of paint over the sky. As you can see, it's done a fantastic job of just quickly selecting that area, hence the name Quick Selection Tool. Okay, so I'm happy with that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another Levels adjustment. So I'll click on that. You can see the information here in the histogram has changed a little bit. I'm going to ignore the RGB, and I'm going to come in here to red. Okay, I'll come over here to the right hand side, and what I'm going to do is click, hold, and drag that from right to left. And you'll see as I do that, I start to introduce some red back into the sky. Now, obviously I could go too far, which we don't want to do, but I'm going to increase that a little bit to, let's see, maybe 230. I am conscious of not doing it, of not overdoing it, so I might actually pull that back to maybe 35, 40. Let's go 35. Again, I don't want to overdo it, just want to bring it back. Okay, and I can sort of turn that on and off. So before, after, and I might actually go in and just tone that down a little bit again. So 235, we might make it 240. Okay. And cool, I'm happy with that. I'll close that. Again, before, after, before, after. I'll put both of those into a folder. And then we've got before, after. So I hope that's helped. It's a fantastic little tool, something that I love doing. I love levels. But for color manipulation or color correction even, I'll do another video on color correction using levels. It's a very handy tool. And just even again, just adding some more red to the sky, especially at sunrise and sunset, can be a fantastic way of just giving your images that little bit more oomph, drama, and hopefully appeal. So hopefully that's helped, guys. Let me know what you think. If you're liking these videos, make sure to subscribe. I'll have more of them coming out soon. Until then, though, I will, I'll have fun, and I'll talk to you then. Thanks, guys. Bye.